If you believe all of the lies that the hustle culture tells you, these hustle gurus will tell you that the only thing that matters is hustle, and that you can't get ahead without working your fingers to the bone, giving up your entire life, and forcing yourself to do work that you hate. And I fell into this trap myself on several occasions, and now I'm here to tell you that there is another way. So here are 3 reasons why the hustle culture is so toxic. Number 1, hustling leads to an unbalanced life. It might sound obvious, but when you are focusing all of your time on working, you obviously have to make sacrifices. You have to sacrifice your family, your friends, fun, exercise, healthy eating, relaxation, sleep, and ultimately your sanity and health. Once you start on the slippery slope of sacrificing essential parts of your life, it leads to more and more sacrifices until you are literally a shadow of your former self. Once you've given up on your daily run just so you can clear your inbox, where does that mentality end? What is next? Believe me, once you sacrifice one important thing in your life, very quickly everything else follows. The reason for this is because you have a certain belief system at the moment, which might be that health is very important to you, and maybe fun, relationships are very important to you. But as soon as you sacrifice one of the things that are important to you, you've literally abandoned your whole belief system. You've thrown balance out of the window, and you now have the new belief system that the only thing that matters is to work longer and longer hours. Very soon you will quickly find yourself existing solely on chocolate bars and coffee, allowing yourself very little time to sleep, but being so wired when you're in your bed and you can't actually get to sleep anyway, and then one little thing like a cold or a flu literally creates a burnout in your body so big that you can't even get out of bed if you wanted to. And I have been there. I'm talking from experience. This happened to me, and I wasn't able to work, look after my kids, do exercise, see friends, or even make dinner for my family for over 6 months. Severe burnout and adrenal fatigue is no joke, and the worst thing is it can happen so fast you didn't even see the writing on the wall. If you had believed the lies that hustling to the exclusion of all else is what is needed, I urge you to change your belief system right now and choose a healthier belief. Yes, there are some things that you can sacrifice without it affecting the quality of your life, such as watching too much TV or scrolling through social media feeds every day for hours on end. But anything that directly affects the quality of your life and your own mental health and physical health should never be sacrificed. These things should never be sacrificed for work. Sleep, healthy eating, winding down for at least 1 hour before bed, a daily mindset practice, exercise, regular time to socialize and have fun with other people, doing something fun every day, and getting fresh air. As soon as you find yourself justifying why it's okay to cut out one of these healthy practices from your life, you might find yourself in trouble. And if you don't currently have a balanced life that incorporates all of these activities, I highly recommend that you start. Without your health, you have nothing. Believe me, I know. Number 2, hustling leads to sickness and burnout. More often than not, hustling leads to sickness and burnout. Not only do you end up sacrificing all of the things in your life that keeps you healthy, but you also tip the scales towards sickness much more quickly by introducing a major amount of stress into your life. Not only will you be physically stressed from not taking care of your health, but you will also be mentally stressed from taking on the attitude of having to push all of the time, which is very taxing for the mind and the body. When the body is in a state of constant stress, it is either in fight or flight mode, meaning that the body's healing activity literally comes to a halt. The cells in the body only allow themselves to heal and regenerate when the body and mind is in a relaxed state. When you are constantly stressed, even during sleep, Your body has halted the normal regenerative activity, which means your cells are automatically programmed to be on high alert for danger. And if you stay in this state for too long, it just takes one thing to push you over the edge and your body says enough is enough. I am forcing you to take a break. I am making you unable to move because you literally don't have the energy needed to do anything right now. Did you know that most heart attacks happen on a Monday? And the least heart attacks happen on a Saturday? Just the stress of dealing with work on a Monday literally causes people's hearts to stop. I am not over-exaggerating this because this is really serious stuff that I am urging you not to ignore. Number 3, time is finite. You can't hustle your way to more time. So what is the logic behind hustling every second of every day? The gurus will tell you that the more hours you work, the more successful you are. And it sounds logical when we first hear that argument. After all, people who don't do any work get no success, and that is definitely true. So surely the opposite of this is true, that the people who work the longest hours and the hardest hours are the most successful. And it sounds good, but unfortunately it is simply not true. So let's put this argument to the test. Is it true that the people who work the longest hours and work the hardest are the most successful? Think about any factory worker or anyone who does any horrendously hard labour for long periods of time, like a miner or a sewer cleaner. To me, those are some of the hardest jobs in the world. Does working harder and longer at these types of jobs guarantee your success? Of course not, absolutely not. We all know of people who work very hard and very long hours and don't make very much money. There are also far too many business owners who are working long and hard and don't get paid anything at all. Yes, it is true. Most business owners earn less than a minimum wage and work longer hours for absolutely nothing. A lot of people discover that the only freedom in having their own business is the ability to work longer hours and not get paid for it. Here's something else to ponder. If working longer hours could guarantee your success, how can you get ahead when other business owners have teams of people who are collectively working longer hours than you are physically capable of? Say, for example, you are maxed out with your working and you are working 16-hour days, 7 days a week. The maximum number of hours you can physically work in a week is 112. But say another business in your marketplace has hired 5 people to do the same job that you are doing. Say each of these 5 people works for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Not only is everyone in this team balanced, healthy and sharp, but collectively they work a total of 200 hours a week, a lot more than you are working. So surely they are going to be more successful than you are. That is going to be a much more successful business. Your time is finite. Your energy and your health are also finite. What is not unlimited needs to be protected before it runs out. Working longer does not guarantee that you will be successful. It's much more likely to make you unsuccessful. And here is a bonus reason, number 4. Stress brings you the opposite of what you want. Let's play devil's advocate now. Some people may argue with me and say, well, what about this famous person or that famous person who hustled hard and was and still is successful? They haven't burned out and they're also very wealthy and happy. And here's what I'd say in response to that. Yes, I agree that some people do work long hours and appear to be very successful and still seem to be full of energy. However, if you look hard enough, you could also find numerous famous people who got the same levels of success and also managed to stay balanced and have fun in the process. If you could choose one or the other, which would you choose? I know which path I would choose to go down, and I'm walking that path myself right now. Also, another thing to bear in mind is that you don't truly know what someone else is really feeling. Just because they're telling you that they are successful doesn't mean they feel good inside themselves. Maybe their wife has just left them, or maybe they don't spend any time with their kids, or maybe they're taking drugs just to keep themselves going. Appearances can be deceptive. Did you know that stress brings you the opposite of what you want? When you're feeling stressed, you are attracting more stress into your life. And when you're feeling relaxed and successful, you attract more of those same feelings into your life. The law of attraction is always working. Whatever you feel, you are bringing more of that into your life. If you believe that work is stressful, then you'll be in a constant state of stress, and this doesn't lead to success. Stress causes you to make silly decisions, gives you brain fog, causes you pain and suffering, and does not lead to success. You can't be in a state of receiving when you are in a state of stress. It would be very unlikely for someone to believe that feeling stressed leads to success, because they are much more likely to notice all of the negative consequences of their stress in their lives and feeling a sense of constant dread. So how does your belief system affect your success? How do hustlers get successful if hustling is so bad for you? Here's the truth. Your belief system will get you exactly what you believe you will get. If you believe that eating junk, not sleeping, and feeling stressed will lead to a burnout, and if you do this, you will burn out. If you believe that ignoring your friends and family leads to relationship breakdowns, then that is what will happen. If you believe that you are successful, but that you have to work hard for that success, you'll be successful by working hard. If you believe that work is fun and that you enjoy your work, but you believe that you have to work long hours to be successful, then you'll enjoy your work, work long hours, and be successful. And if you believe that work gets to be fun, you can have a totally balanced life, you do a manageable amount of work on a regular basis, and this leads you to success, then you'll be successful. Whatever your truth is your truth. Which truth do you want?